Good afternoon. Welcome, bienvenue, willkommen. My name is Kelly Lamb. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at Mila, and welcome to a very, very special week we're having on Mila Live this week. I'm very happy to be here at the North York Presentation Center of our partners at the Concord Group, and I'd like to welcome Isaac to Mila Live, and thank you for having us here, Isaac.
Well, thank you, and it's actually a wonderful opportunity to be able to partner and collaborate this opportunity with you. Now, I think we have some of the viewers that might be joining us for the first time, and they could be joining from various different parts of North America today. With that, for some of those people who are just joining for the first time, they that might not be realizing that you guys have actually been doing this Mila Live segment for a number of weeks now.
Yeah, so actually we're in our 8th week of doing Mila Live, and these sessions are real-time live. So what's important to note, a couple of things as you're watching us today. If you are watching using your YouTube account, be sure to log into your YouTube account. You can actually post questions in the comment section, and hopefully Isaac and I will be able to get to those questions during this session. It's also important, Isaac, because I think we have some great prizes that are coming later in the session. So what's important there is you must register on Mila Live in order to qualify for the draw that we're going to make at the end of the session. So in the next 10 minutes, you will need to register if you have not on milalive.ca to be able to qualify for the draw. And we will make the draw at the end of the session, so make sure you stay with us, as I think we have some really exciting information to share with you. I'm excited to be here at the North York Presentation Center of your Concord project here, Isaac. But I think for some of our viewers that are also new on the Mila side, maybe you can talk to us a little bit about the Concord Group itself.
Okay, I'll try to give a 60-second summary of who we are and what we do. We are at Concord. We are Canada's largest community builder. We have been developing in various different municipalities and cities in Canada, from Vancouver to Calgary to Toronto. Recently we have been developing and engaging into projects in London, UK, as well as the latest endeavor into Seattle, Washington in the United States. And so today we've actually have people tuning in from various parts of North America, and so it's very nice to see that. And for Concord, thus far of the almost 30 years that we've been building, we've built over 140 high-rise projects. That's over 40,000 homes and counting. And with that, many of these homes, projects in the past that we've built, or projects that we are currently building, and projects that we're currently selling even, we have been able to, we've been incorporating the Mila appliances into our projects. And so our relationship really spans over many, many homes.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe from our side a little bit, because there are some new viewers out there. So for those of you that are not necessarily so familiar with Mila, although I'm sure many of you do, Isaac and I were discussing, so Mila started in 1899. We remain a family-owned and operated company. Dr. Marcus Mila and Dr. Reinhard Zinkan are the 4th generation co-proprietors and owners of the company. And we are still very much located in the place where the company started in 1899 in a town called Gütersloh in Germany. And I think one thing, Isaac, that links very much the two brands between the Concord Group and the Mila Group is really certain philosophies in our business. And I know just being here itself, design itself and quality definitely represents Concord.
Well, thank you. And with Mila, every time, I just want to take this opportunity to mention, every time I talk to people from Mila, you guys are always passionate and enthusiastic about telling, whether that be through our training sessions, to tell our people about the various different features of Mila. And I think that's one of the reasons why we work so well together, is because you guys are so passionate about the product. You guys have such a strong history. You guys represent such quality. And a lot of times, people are using and when in the development industry, in the pre-construction industry, when people are choosing their homes, one of the things that they really look at is, how the one of the main areas being the kitchen and appliances. How is that like? They even use that as a way to kind of set the the quality, the level of what kind of level of a home that would be. And so with that, we really want to, especially in recent years with real estate prices in say cities like Toronto that have been rising, we've been wanting to really incorporate Mila into part of that design philosophy.
That's great. Now, we're obviously standing right in front. We're in the presentation center. Here's a model suite right here.
Yes.
Maybe talk a little bit, Isaac, to our viewers about what they're seeing actually right now, because there's so much detail and sometimes hard to show via video, but when you're standing here, you also can feel the quality behind what you have come up with.
Well, we have a bit of an open space here, so which we can kind of display to our guests one of our kitchen setups. Of course, in different unit layouts, there calls for different kitchen layouts. Sometimes it's a linear shaped kitchen, sometimes it could be a U-shaped kitchen or galley kitchen, and in this case we have a linear one. And this is part of our kitchen setup in our King's Landing project in North York. With here, you see that, and one of the questions we actually picked up from online ahead of the segment was there was viewers asking about what color schemes that we offer. We offer 3 different color schemes. This is one of the ones that we feature more of a darker finish. You see that with the kitchen layout, it carries a very consistent seamless look across the whole kitchen layout. Okay, and that's something, that language, you try to transpire that into different elements. For example, you see the backsplash, and we use a porcelain slab that goes across, so that we try to book match it as well, so that there's that seamless look, and also very easy to clean. Before we get into the appliances, just want to quickly point out to some of these some of these areas here. Now, when you seeing the kitchen, you see these various different accessories. For garbage, for recycling, for some of these, whether that's for dishwasher fluids or whatever. So we have all these things that is built in as part of our standard finish. At Concord, we really believe in really coming up with the best and featuring that throughout all our homes. And so whether that be in a 1-bedroom home all the way to 3 or 4-bedroom homes, you would see all these features featured. And now to the appliances. Okay, and so to the heart of the kitchen, we have our Mila appliance package, and you see that we have our integrated fridge as well as the integrated dishwasher, along with the stainless steel Mila appliances with the gas cooktop, the oven as well as the hood fan.
And I think, Isaac, you mentioned the hood fan quickly, and I think on going through all the products, we hope that you are able to join us for the rest of this week, because we'll actually be able to cover off in much more detail all the individual product groups. But when we talk about design, you mentioned hood fan. A lot of people would say, well, where's the hood fan? Not so easy to be seen.
Yeah. And it's great that Mila really came up with a very sleek addition to the hood fan. And aside from just the shape of it, I think one important area to point out that when you're in a condo setting, where the relationship with some of these areas, the living room, dining room to the kitchen
is all one space.
And more in recent design trends now have more of an open kitchen, and so the dining space is quite close to the kitchen area. And so having a hood fan product that is able to have being able to be quiet when you need it to be,
but actually still actually take the air and purify the air, cleanse the air is important in such a small space.
Yes.
Yeah. So and I think that's one other area where I think this partnership between Concord and Mila has worked so well together. Is a lot of the things that you had pointed out. They're very smart, very well designed, but actually more importantly, I think, is very functional. If I'm actually living in the space, it's not just a nice design, it actually serves a purpose. And I think that's one of the design philosophy within all of the Mila products is very much, it has to be designed for a purpose and not, yes, it has to be aesthetically very beautiful, but actually has to serve a purpose for the customers and making their lives much easier. And I think, when you pointed out some of the really small details, they're actually really big details for somebody living in the space.
Yes, yes. When you're in a more compact space, every inch counts, right? And so you've really got to be smart with it. And where you can really showcase and have good appliances, you really got to be able to put in the best features into it.
So Isaac, I think it'd be really exciting for you to take our viewers through the rest of the suite.
Okay.
And let's see what else we have.
Sure. So okay, so how about I lead the way, and we have a 2-bedroom model suite. So it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom suite that's about 750 square feet. And so right now I'm just gonna lead into the display suite here, okay? And so as you enter into this King's Landing model suite, I'm standing right now in the entry area. You see that with the wood trims, with the wood, the door frames, everything is in a wood finish. And so we really want to kind of emphasize these various different wood finishes, whether that be from the door frames, and going up all the way to the ceiling, to the closet areas. You'll be able to see this look consistently throughout and matched with our kitchen setup. Here we are standing with, in the entry area, we have the entry closet as well as the washer dryer for Mila. Okay, and where the cameraman is standing here is actually in one of the bathroom spaces, but we'll continue through.
And Isaac, one thing to note, and I know we're tight on space, but the details that you guys have actually put into even the closet space alone.
Yeah.
With the shelving and so forth is really fantastic.
And so we have we have all this built in, and so this is, again, we really believe in providing the best in our standard package. And in the pre-sale industry, sometimes you get developers that would offer certain, and they can have various different names like investors package or whatever, or upgrade package. For us, we really believe in offering and providing the best right from the beginning. And so all these features that you see, these are things that it's going to be accompanied with all Concord King's Landing suites. Okay.
And I think later this week when we talk, you mentioned briefly the laundry. I think we'll be very excited to share with the viewers out there, how we're able to have a product for you to actually be able to fit in a space like that using our new heat pump technology, and especially in the dryer without having to vent. So
our customers often ask these questions. So
yeah.
I think our audience will be in for a real treat this week as we investigate and look into various different features on different appliance pieces. So something that I really want to point out as we are in the display suite here is that, before I mentioned there was a linear kitchen layout. Now we're kind of in this L-shaped layout of a kitchen. And something I really want to point out is often in spaces where you have a corner, often the corner becomes more difficult to utilize. And so what we have done at Concord is we really want to kind of make use of this space. And so in a space like this, you have this pantry that we have, and it goes all the way inside. Right? And so we also have accessories that can allow you to put pans and things so you can easily reach for them. Okay. This would be just a couple more drawers to hide various different appliance pieces, and we have our integrated fridge here. And so the fridge on top, and then the different freezer panels at the bottom. Again, as I was mentioning before, all these, it's a repeat again to see some of these accessories that's inside our kitchen. Okay, so of course there's more of the appliance pieces. I'll pass over to Kelly to introduce a little more.
Yeah, I think what we're able to do, and I think, again, it's been a great partnership that way where with the products that we obviously have, we're able to really accommodate various different sizes. We're showing a specific size in both the other suite we looked at and obviously this one. But again, later on this week, we'll be really excited to be able to share with you more information, in-depth information around cooking surfaces, because consumers always have the question, what's the right cooking surface? For me, how can I get the best out of the cooking surface I have? So we're going to talk about gas, we're going to talk about other technologies in regards to cooking surfaces. As a European brand, as a German brand, I think, you talk about small spaces and how everything needs to be as efficient as possible. And I think with the Miele lineup, whether it's small or large spaces, in this particular case, we have a 24-inch convection oven. We have features like the push knobs that again allows a sleek look when you're not in use, but easily enough to tuck away. So from a design perspective, hopefully we've given the right tools for you to be able to actually integrate into the cooking space that we have here. So I think that's really important as well. Isaac, right now, if consumers actually, because I think seeing the space is so important and we're able to share some with them, how can consumers come and see, for example, the North York Presentation Center right now, again, given the very unique times that we're all living through and we're social distancing to make sure we're safe as well? What's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, and you've been planning for this exercise. That's been, you guys at Mila have taken on such great thought and care towards producing segments like this and taking on the social distancing measure. And for us during this time, we have produced various different virtual tours within our whole Concord organization. So whether that be some of our various different projects in Vancouver to Toronto, you'll be able to see our virtual tours to learn more about our presentation center, as well as virtual tours of our presentation center and our projects. And you'll be able to see that on our website as well as on our Concord Pacific YouTube page. So it's something that you can browse upon and learn more about. Perfect.
So again, I think all the finishes you guys have really, really thought through. And I think it's important when you actually mention that, a lot of these are standard features. It's not upgrades that you typically will find in some projects right now.
Yeah, and one of the things that I found in the industry is that sometimes when you have different appliance packages or different design setups, even within the project itself, later on when down the years when you for people who go into a suite that is, and they're comparing from suite to suite, and people realize, how come this one is different from another one? I thought this project used to have has this set of appliances, but yet in another one it's not. Right. So it becomes quite confusing for subsequent users, and I find having this offering allows for us to plan on the product better, so that we can really concentrate on developing and putting the right kind of appliance specs with the appliance maker, and for us to even to provide good customer service, which we know that this is one of the really strong areas that Mila provides in.
Yeah, but I think jointly, I think I was going to mention that too, was I think customer service and customer experience, I think is a primary focus for both our companies in what we deliver, and I think one thing really to complement both teams, I think the teams that we have put together at Mila in conjunction with the teams you have at Concord, even from a construction side, we try to be as efficient and helpful to each other as possible in going through the build process, right. Which consumers don't really see, obviously, but it ends up in the final quality of products that they actually get. So I think that's a really important thing. Isaac, if you were to describe when it comes to consumer experience, what sets Concord apart from other projects that are out there? I think very much what you talked about as far as, again, standard features, I think is very important to customer experience, because I think customers just want to know transparently, this is what I'm getting. Yeah. What are some of the other things?
Well, just like in what I mentioned in the chat a little earlier, when we look at the project, we really look into every different aspects of our project, whether that be from the site location. And, in this one with King's Landing, you're in a master plan community with multiple subway stops and GO train stations. You see that as a common element that, with other projects that we'll have in different parts of wherever we develop, whether that be in Calgary or in Vancouver, in Seattle. We are always picking good locations, and aside from that, we also really we really spend a lot of effort in designing good amenities, and we find that it is very important that in every single aspect, we really spend a lot of attention in making sure every area is well designed.
So maybe you can actually, so we've talked about the inside a little bit, and before we make a transition over into the final space, amenities, that's actually a really good one. Can you maybe talk a little bit about amenities? Because I think that sense of community is so important in helping people that come into these new developments get that sense of community. So what are some of the amenities that are available?
Well, for example, in the King's Landing project, we would feature the largest chandelier system in Canada. in the residential development, right? So we'll have that right at the lobbies of the development. So when a lot of people say, the first impression is very important, and we make sure that we deliver on that. So when whether you enter in from the drive court, whether you enter in from the pedestrian entrance, you go into the lobby and you see this big giant chandelier system that hangs around from the whole kind of a ground floor lobby and amenity space. So that's something that we really feature. And a lot of our projects in Concord now feature automatic touchless car wash systems. So we look into things that we could feature, aside from things that you're able to appreciate from a home, we try to incorporate that into a home. But there are things that what you may not be able to experience in a house setting, we try to input that into a condo setting so that, when you have, more people living in the same setting together, there are certain things that you're able to have as a result. And so whether that be touchless car wash system I just mentioned, bowling alleys. So we have very neat features like that.
And I know you showed me a project earlier. I think as Canadians, we're excited about the skating rink that's going to be here.
So we have that in our Concord Canada House project. We have that here in our Concord Park Place. We also have that in our Calgary project called the Concord. And so so we have a lot of neat features.
But again, I think that's really important that Concord really thinks about the entire space, not just the building aspect of things, but again, that sense of community, because I think that's really important in living space. Okay. So you want to take us over to this final area? So
aside from the kitchen and the entry area, we have the dining space and the living space here. This is a 2-bedroom model home. So we have the bedroom on either side. This is the master bedroom over here with the closet and the additional master ensuite as well. And we have the bedroom on the other side. So again, just like what you mentioned earlier, there is our, the virtual tour of our display suite is on our Concord Pacific YouTube page. So feel free for all our viewers anytime to kind of log on so that they can kind of see how the various different display suites in our different projects, whether that be this one here in Toronto, as well as some of the other ones in different Concord development locations. There will be virtual tours related to those projects as well.
And right now you were also saying that if a customer actually wants to visit, for example, this space here in North York, it is by appointment only.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And is it 7 days a week, or what are the appointment hours?
Well, we work in all hours. We understand that we have a global audience now, and so sometimes they could be from the Middle East or from Europe or from Asia. And so, we have various different forms of communication platforms from Twitter, LinkedIn, WeChat, WhatsApp.
Perfect.
So we're connected.
Okay. Great. Are you okay if maybe I throw you some questions?
Oh, okay. I'll try my best.
Our viewers may have. I'll help you where we can. So first question is from Bill. So welcome, Bill, to Mila Live with our partners here at the Concord Group. Bill's question is, how many units are left for sale? Which I assume, Bill, you are referring to the project we're in, which is the North York location.
Well, where we are is, in the North York Presentation Center. Is in this center here, we're selling the whole Concord Park Place community. And Concord Park Place is a 45-acre project, which is housing 20 towers. And so we are a little past midway through. And so, in recent years, we have projects from Saison, Seasons to King's Landing. And, the latest project from last year that we feature is King's Landing. It's a big development, over 3 towers. Yeah. And so, we take on one tower at a time. And so right now, aside from King's Landing, so we have suites in these different projects that we have still. Okay. We aside from these towers, we're going to have future development projects that will come up down the pipeline as well.
Okay. And so, Bill, obviously the best way for you to get that information is visiting the website.
Yes, at concordpacific.com or concordadex.com.
Perfect. Or if you want as well, you also know that you can contact the team here at Concord to make a personal appointment to get more detailed information if you wish. So hopefully, Bill, that answers your question. We have another question from Annie. Annie asks, how does Mila stand out in modern condo living? So it may be a bit, maybe a joint question. Okay. I think, Annie, we talked a little bit about it earlier. Obviously, being a German company, we very much base our design on European living, which tends to be more efficient, compact living spaces for the most part. So from that perspective, we're able to, here in Canada, even in the US, we can leverage off a lot of the design philosophies that are coming out of Europe right now, and again, around compact spaces. We do have, obviously, products for much larger and more typical North American spaces, but I think a lot of our design philosophy is based in Europe, which provides, again, more compact spaces.
And in when from a sales and marketing standpoint, when we mentioned the fact we got Miele appliances in our Concord homes, the name Miele resonates very well. Yes, there could be other appliance makers, but that's a name that when they hear it, no matter where they come from, they recognize that as a name of quality. And so, they use that, oh, okay, you feature Miele. Okay, so they even think of it, they even note that as in, okay, well, you must be a very upscale development. Right?
Perfect. And I think just the last part of that from a technology side is we also ensure we're always looking at the latest technology, because I know one area we really didn't talk about, Isaac, but I think is very much important to Concord as it is to Miele, is around sustainability and green. I know you showed me earlier also all the green space that are outside of the towers, so to speak, but I think are very important to you guys. And when it comes to the development of the technology behind the appliances, that's something absolutely we look at, especially in a condo setting where there are certain, not necessarily limitations, but things can work better in these spaces with newer technology that we're bringing forward around green and sustainable.
Yeah. And a lot of our customers, and sometimes when we have our sales tours, we're only able to tell so much to our customers. Mm-hmm. And if anything, that's why I see this as a great opportunity for people who will continue, for our viewers to continue to stay tuned in our future segments, so that they can pick up and know some of these features. How low energy consumption that certain appliance, Miele appliance piece might have. And so we even whether that be the viewers, even I'm sure I'll be able to learn a lot from these segments as well.
Perfect. So we had one last question, and it was in regards from Leroy. So Leroy, welcome to, again, Miele Live with our partners at Concord. What is the warranty on Miele appliances? So your standard warranty on Miele appliances is a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. The warranty is directly with Miele, obviously. And there was an earlier question, I think, Leroy, about sometimes you've experienced with other manufacturers about parts. So one statement Miele makes is we build our appliances to last the equivalent of 20 years of usage. So from a parts perspective, we back that up as well. Spare parts are available for any product for up to a 15-year lifespan. So hopefully that answers your question there. So Isaac, thanks for having us here. It's actually really exciting for us to actually be in your space. It's very, very inspirational. I think the attention to detail, again, sometimes very hard to show, especially with keeping social distance and our cameraman that's doing the best job possible. But really the attention to detail, we really would encourage all the viewers to if you have a chance, safely come down here and experience this.
And if anything, I'd love to be able to take you and the crew to various different Concord locations, whether that be in Calgary or to see our Concord project. We have an extremely upscale project there right in Eau Claire, right?
Yeah.
And we fit it with even a different range of Miele appliances there. Mm-hmm. We have a Seattle project, which we have Seattle House.
Absolutely.
We have in Vancouver, we have the Arc, we have Avenue 1. All these are recent Concord projects that all use Miele appliances.
Yeah, and I think it's been great. I've had a chance to see some of those projects where, there is a different feel to, but there's still that standard of quality that's consistent across all the Concord projects. So hats off to you and your team for delivering that. So we've come to a exciting part of the fun part of the session. So thank all of you for continuing to stay with us. We've hopefully given you some insight into the partnership between Concord and Mila, and specifically, obviously, some of the projects that Concord has to offer all of you out there. We hopefully you'll be able to join us as we delve in with our partners at Concord tomorrow into the topic of dishwasher and laundry. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about the latest technology in cooktops and ventilation hoods. Thursday is a very, very exciting segment. We have some very, very special guests, Isaac.
Yes.
Maybe you want to talk a little bit about on the Thursday session that's going to join us.
Well, we're very fortunate to be able to have a celebrity host, Jenny and Leslie from A1 Radio, who will be joining us for a special cook-off.
Yeah, so we're obviously, that'll be really exciting. We're going to take you guys on a journey back to the Miele Experience Center where we're going to actually be shooting some of this. And then on Friday, we're going to be talking about, many of you are at home right now and enjoying some good wine. So we're going to talk about the topic of wine storage and refrigeration on Friday as well. So we hope that you'll be able to join us in those sessions as well. But today, we have some exciting prizes that we're going to be giving away. So Isaac, I will hand this off to you.
Okay, well, we have two prizes that we're going to be giving out today. And so I think there should be a pop-up on your screen probably relating to the prize that we'll be doing. And the first one is more of a robot vac from Mila, right? Okay.
It is, which is also perfect for condo spaces. Really, the Mila RX2 Home Vision is our latest in robotic vacuum. You can actually control it via your mobile app. It actually has a camera, so when you're actually not in the space, you can actually monitor the space as well. But again, perfect for condos and
some fun gadgets around the house.
Exactly.
Okay, so we did a draw for this prize, and it's going to be Denise Magria, and so we are going to be contacting you, I guess, right, over the next.
So actually, Denise has until 6:30. So Denise has to be watching us
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. Denise has until 6:30. You need to email us, Denise, at marketing@mila.ca. So that's marketing@mila.ca before 6:30 Eastern Standard Time to claim your prize, and hopefully you do that as well.
Okay, and so we have a second prize. The second prize, this has always been widely talked about, as in, people always talk about great Miele vacuum cleaners. And so we gave away the first vacuum. And so we have a second one. And this, tell us a little bit more about the C3 vacuum.
Yeah, so this is our top of the line. It's our complete C3 vacuum. It's our largest canister vacuum. And again, I think as we're in spring right now, obviously heading into summer, everybody's focused on cleaning. And I think the amazing thing about Miele vacuums is not only does it really keep your floor clean, but it actually keeps the air clean as well. The air coming out is actually cleaner than the air actually taken in by the vacuum itself. So this is really our top of the line vacuum, the Miele Complete C3 vacuum.
I see.
So exciting to give away.
Okay, so, and the winner to that prize would be Hillary Chu.
So Hillary, congratulations on behalf of Concord. Again, you will have until 6:30 Eastern Standard Time today. Email us at marketing@mila.ca to claim your prize, or you can actually also email marketing@concordadex.com. So either email address, that's marketing@concordadex.com to claim your prize. So as well as the previous prize winner for the Mila RX2, you can either of those two email addresses. So
great.
Great. So once again, I want to say thanks, Isaac, really for inviting us into your home today.
Thank you.
It was a nice change for our viewers as well to see really a different space. And again, a very beautiful and inspiring space to be in. And
for tomorrow and the rest of the segment, we'll be returning back to the Miele Experience Center.
We will actually. So tomorrow, be sure to tune in. Visit milalive.ca for the latest schedule. Be sure to follow both Concord and Mila. Social media platforms that you're on is?
Wow, well, we got so many.
You have so many, I know.
Okay, so but on our website, it will list all our various different link to our social media platforms, whether that be in LinkedIn or YouTube, Twitter, as well as YouTube and Facebook and IG.
Okay, well, you guys cover a lot. So for Mila, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, as well as our YouTube channel. Be sure to turn on your subscription notification and find out when our latest videos are posted there. Very, very lastly, as we sign off today, on behalf of the Concord Group, as well as the Miele Group, Isaac and myself, we want to thank and send a very, very big thank you to, again, all the frontline workers that are out there providing the necessary services to all the communities across Canada right now in these very challenging times, whether it's providing the necessary medical services, again, food delivery, all the restaurants that are out there, all the small businesses that are slowly reopening. Again, we encourage everybody to maintain proper social distancing for the safety of you and everybody else, and we will all get through this. So again, we want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you and stay safe.